Welcome back to Let's Play Neverwinter Nights 2 Mask of the Betrayer. This is Big Los, and we are still in the Ashenwood. We just talked to Gnarlthorn, and we're going to make our way back to the world map, but looks like here's another tree end that I forgot to take out before, or he just randomly spawned. I'm not really sure which one it is, but he goes down rather quickly. So we're going to grab this treasure bag. It contains a volatile earth essence, and then we're going to make our way back to the world map. Now we can go either through the Lake of Tears garrison, or we can go through the Burning Grove. So we're going to go through the Burning Grove. It really doesn't matter which way you go, but whatever. I actually think it's kind of closer. Alright, and we are getting some lag here, but I think it will clear up pretty soon. And before we head on down to the Immil Vale, we're going to head back to Mulsantir. That way we can switch in Safiya. But first, we're getting a little bit low on our spirit energy, so let's try to consume a spirit. Now, I know that there was a bunch around here. There they are. Alright, I think we should go and try to get this telthor wolverine over here, since it's kind of isolated. Okay. Now, we're sort of far away from the rest of those creatures. And now that's the only one that has been provoked to attack. We're going to turn party AI mode off, and then we are going to pull everybody back while we have the captain deal with this. And then we are just gonna, I guess, use our bare hands. That way we won't do a crazy amount of damage on these things, because the weapons that we have now, they're just gonna do a lot of damage, and then it's hard to really pinpoint it to where it's near death, because sometimes it can just miss near death altogether and go from barely wounded to dead. So using his bare hands, that's probably the best way to ensure that we control the amount of damage that we do. Because after we get Safiya back in our party, we are going to enchant the Shadow of the Void Rapier once more, and then it's going to do an ungodly amount of damage, and then we won't have hardly any control over how much damage that we do to get it down to near death, so that we can devour its spirit and get our spirit energy back up to a good level. So now it's back up to 94, and we did get a spirit essence, a volatile one, and that out of it. But unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to leave a treasure bag full of other essences for us. So let's go this way, and we'll head on over to the Burning Grove, and then we'll make our way to the world map that way. If you remember, this is where we were attacked by some fell trolls and by some treants and shambling mounts all at once. Now that clearing right there probably would have made a better encampment for those hunters, not where they were at. Alright, here we go. Oh, there's another fell troll over there. It must have spawned. Alright, so here we are back in the Burning Grove. There's really nothing to see here, so we'll just make our way over to the world map transition. And from there, we will go back to Mulsantir. Now, if we go to the Immil Vale from here, it'll take 4 days travel, but it will also take 4 days of travel to go back to Mulsantir. And we could go either to the city proper or to the gate. We could go to the Wells of LaRue, but why would we want to do that? And it takes 10 days to go to the Sunken City. And we don't want to do that, not yet, not until we complete all that there is to complete here. And as you can see, you can either show up at the Lake of Tears garrison, or you can show up at the Burning Grove. And then, for some reason, if you go from the Burning Grove to the Lake of Tears garrison via the world map, it says it takes 2 days. Whereas, in reality, it doesn't take that long at all. Alright, so here we are, back in Mulsantir. Let me turn party AI mode back on, and how did we get 500 XP? Is it like if we go from one place to the other, and we cast suppress to raise our spirit energy back up slightly, and to reduce our craving, because as you can see, look at the captain's portrait. He has a true seeing icon next to him. When your craving gets up to a certain amount, you have certain powers granted to you. So since his craving is high enough, now he has true seeing, and he'll be able to see spirits on the mini-map and the regular map, just like Gann's detect spirits ability. Plus the true seeing, I think you can see things that are invisible. Although we don't really have to deal too much with invisible enemies in this game. I remember when I was running games as a DM, that would happen all the time. You wouldn't even know an enemy was there, and then all of a sudden you're being attacked, you're caught flat-footed, you know, whole mess. Alright, here's Safiya. Let's put her back in the party.
If there's something I can do for you, just ask.
I need your help. Will you join me?
Kaji and I would turn your small company into a sizable crowd. I'll have to insist that you make room for us.
Alright, so who are we gonna remove? I think we should probably remove Gann.
I shall wait here for your return, then.
Alright, so yes. Safiya has gained a level. So, let us level her up. Alright, I guess we're gonna have to do it as a wizard. And then we'll recommend skills and... Oh, we get a feat, huh? Well, I don't know about that mass foul spell, but I do know about epic spell penetration. That might be a good one to get. What does it recommend? Silent spell again? Yeah, but you know what? We're really not gonna take advantage of that, because then you have to use spells that are a couple spell levels lower into a slot, you know, that could be used for a higher level spell. So we're not going to do that. Let's see, we could do epic spell focus. Nah, we'll do epic spell penetration, and then we got 2 spells to pick. You know what? Let's cancel. We'll do this again in a second, because
I believe so.
The captain has got a bunch of scrolls to have Safiya scribe, and then we can see what the spells are recommended. So we're gonna do Mass Owl's Wisdom. Let's see. No, I think she has that one. Aura of Vitality. We'll see if she can use that one. Vitriolic Spear. Yeah, we'll see if she can scribe that one. No, I know she can't scribe that one. Alright, let's go into the bag and we'll grab True Seeing. I know the captain already has it, but we'll put it into Safiya's spellbook if she can. Greater Spell Breach, Mind Blank, and Greater Spell Mantle.
Come this way.
Now, why is that redded out? That's a transmutation spell. Can't you cast transmutation spells? Well, let us scribe it in there. I wonder why it was redded out. Alright, this one is a conjuration spell. I guess I shouldn't have even put it in her inventory. See, it won't let me scribe that one, so back to the captain's inventory it goes. Or a Vitality, that's a transmutation spell, but it's a druid spell. So, back that goes to the captain. Power word kill. We already have that spell. We picked it earlier. And then we got a whole bunch of other spells here. Bigby's Crushing Hand. Greater Spell Mantle. Yeah, we could put that in. We put in Mind Blank. What about this one? Greater Spell Breach. Yeah, we put that one in. Well, the Banshee. We got that one. And then we added True Seeing. Okay. Not bad. See, we already have that Bigby spell. Alright, I guess we'll...
So.
Let's see if the captain can cast Cloud Kill now. If so, that'll be a valuable one for him to have in his inventory. And he can. At least he can have a chance at casting it. Alright, so I guess we'll just stick with these spells for right now. You know what? Let's open up the magic bag. Nah, you know what? Let's keep those out for right now. Those question marks. But the Huntmaster's Garb that we got for the dog, we're not going to need that anymore. The Legendary Blood, I don't think we're going to need that either. Large Charred Branch, I don't believe we're going to need that. And this book, we're really not going to need that either. Lamentations of the Dead, I wonder if we get 500 XP if we take it out of the magic bag. No? I guess we only get 500 XP every time we go to a new area. What's up with that? That's like some bug. So we're going to get like 500 XP every time we go between one area and another? Okay. Alright, so we're going to pick Greater Spell Penetration and then... What does it recommend? It recommends Dominate Monster. Yeah, I guess that's a kind of a good one to have, sure. And then it recommends Black Staff. Well, that's not a good spell. Let's see, I think this Bigby's Clenched Fist is a good one. I wonder why the other one said that we had it in our spellbook already. Was it the other Bigby's Grasping Hand or something? I don't know. Sometimes this game's kind of weird like that. See, we could get all the Bigby spells if we want. And I think below level 4, the spells really aren't that good anymore. Probably not worth getting unless we're like going to do some sort of crafting or something. I guess we could do Owl's Wisdom if we wanted to craft something, but... But what about a level 8 spell? Surely there's something cool that we could pick here, isn't there? I guess we'll pick the Bigby's Clenched Fist. Oh! And then we get another level. Huh, I guess she was gaining XP even though she wasn't in the party. That's kind of strange. I guess she gains like half XP, kind of like a Chrono Trigger. Okay, it doesn't recommend Burst of Glacial Wrath for some reason. It does do... Looks like Mass Charm Monster. Anything else? I think I missed one. No? Yeah, it was doing Mass Charm Monster. I guess we'll leave that one and then... Maybe we'll pick Banishment. And I think we'll prepare that one too in case somebody summons like a Horned Devil. Then I guess we'll have a chance to, you know, banish it back to its home plane of existence. So now we only get a couple of new spells to put in our spellbook. So what are we going to do for level 8? I guess we'll do this Bigby's Clenched Fist. Then we'll go to level 7. And I guess we'll put in Banishment since we just learned it. And for level 6... I guess Greater Dispel Magic, because we haven't prepared that one yet. Let's go to level 4, and I guess we could always do another Stone Skin. Well, I guess that should be it. Now we got stone skins for all 3 of the other party members. Safiya, of course, is going to use Premonition. And then if we have Gann in our party, then we'll just have an extra stone skin. Let's see, and then it didn't let you rest, Safiya. You still have the same spells that you had when we got rid of you. Well, I guess we are going to have to rest. Well, actually, yeah, we are going to have to rest anyway, because we did suppress when we first entered the city. And we do want to do some eternal rests on undead out here to get our spirit energy back to 100%. Because we don't want to leave for a long journey without being at 100%. So let's exit out here. We can reliably find some undead in this place, but you know what? Before we do that, let's get this enchanter's satchel.
I believe so.
And do what we've been meaning to do at the very beginning. Let's remove the shadow of the Void Rapier and put it into the enchanter's satchel. And then we are going to place the Shape of Fire essence into it. Now let's use the Mold Spirit, however we gotta... yeah, there we go. Use the Mold Spirit on the enchanter's satchel. And now we have a new rapier that not only does 66 cold damage, it does 66 fire damage. So instead of calling it the Shadow of the Void Rapier, why don't we call it the Fiery Void? Yeah, that's a good name for it. That'll be a very devastating weapon. Let's give this back to... no, let's give it back to Safiya. There we go. See, now the Fiery Void does 66 cold, 66 fire, and it's a +5. However, it makes us vulnerable to cold and fire by an extra 25%. So let's assign it to our quick keys, and we'll be double wielding it along with the finger bones name, since that's a +7 weapon. And it does a ghoul fever, I think it does, on a pretty high DC. For those creatures that would be susceptible to that. Although we do fight a lot of spirits and undead, which are not susceptible. This is an extremely dangerous place to rest. Sounds good enough for me. Alright, and we weren't attacked at all by anything, but our spirit energy is down to 36. That's not good. We are almost into stage 2, and looks like we took some damage by going into stage 1 of the curse sickness. Alright, let us go up here. And as you can see on the mini-map, you can actually see where the spirits are. In this case, they're going to be incorporeal undead, not telthors. And looks like my party's going after a shadow spider. And we have a dread wraith up here, which I don't want anyone else to attack. Alright. So, we do pretty much 13 d6 damage on just a regular hit, and it's going to be 14 d6 on a critical hit. And then add however many d6s for sneak attacks, although that doesn't work on undead. Alright, so they killed the shadow spider, and we're only going to use the finger bones name in order to control the amount of damage that we do to this dread wraith. And now that it's down just enough, we're going to do Eternal Rest, and then we're going to absorb the excess hit points as additional spirit energy. So, there we go. And we got our spirit energy back up to 54. However, that is not quite where we want to be. So we're going to pick up these other essences, and we do get a volatile spirit essence for doing the eternal rest. Now we have a greater shadow, and we're going to attack it and get its HP down. However, we do have that dreaded 5-minute cooldown period. So, after we get it down, then I'm going to have the captain go unarmed, and then we're going to do eternal rest, and we're going to repeat until we get it back to 100. And we'll see you back here in a few seconds for you, but probably going to be about 15 minutes for me. And we're back at the portal just by the Mulsantir gate. And we got our spirit energy back up to 100, as you can see. And now we can make our way over to the Immil Vale in order to petition Safiya to remove the blight from the forest. That way the woodman can appear, and then we can ask him about how to end our curse. So let's go over here, and already our spirit energy is down to 95, so that's the bad part about having such a high craving. And it's going to take 8 days to travel to the Immil Vale. So that'll get our spirit energy down to probably not stage 1, but it'll be pretty close. And then we're going to have to use pause a lot, because we are into stage 1. We're down to 60, but let's use suppress, since there are not any spirits around here. That gets our spirit energy back up to 67. And reduces our craving a little bit, but we still have true seeing on. And then, since we had the effect of resting, might as well just put these buffs back on, starting with persistent haste. And let's get Kaji over here so he has it too.
Yes.
And let's see, you, I guess you can put on the mass aid, and you have to center it on yourself. And then I guess we'll do Owl's Wisdom on yourself and the captain, as usual. And I guess Premonition on Safiya, and then let's do Stone Skin on Captain, Kaylin, and Oku. Even though we probably aren't going to need it. And then I guess let's do Spider Skin on the Captain, Safiya, and Oku, since Kaylin's AC is, I think, the highest of everybody's, because she's now using the Witch Blessed Shield. And I think that's pretty much it for buffs. Well, actually, we could put Bless on, too. Alright, and then I guess we'll put on Shield of Faith on everybody. We've got 4 of them prepared. And I think by the time that Kaylin is done casting spells, I think Safiya will be done as well.
Step with me. Come on. Follow along.
Yep.
I believe so.
That should be it. Oh, and now we have some wyverns up here. Wyverns are like dragons, but they don't have any forelimbs. They just have wings, so they're not true dragons.
Yes.
Plus, I don't think they breathe fire.
Step with me. Come on. Follow along.
But they are related to dragons. And they have a poison tail, kind of like a scorpion. So we're going to have to watch out for that. Although the captain, I think, is immune to poison with his amulet.
I have my eye on our enemy here.
Let's see. Let's give this crossbow to Safiya. We had everybody switch to long-range weapons, and you know what? Let's give Safiya all these essences, too. Except for the spirit ones. I think only the captain will be able to craft with spirit essences. Although I think Safiya can combine spirit essences. Maybe we'll have her combine those 8 volatile essences we have.
Yeah!
And we're gonna attack this wyvern.
Of course.
With arrows, and I guess Oku will close ranks and attack it melee style. And since Safiya is going awfully slow, she's overburdened, let's throw these bracers into her lesser magic bag, and already now she can move. Let's see, this is making you immune to disease and death magic. Would you be better served with more strength? You know what? Probably not. And we'll throw that crossbow in there to lessen her encumbrance just that much.
To your weapons, and don't.
Oh, the captain! You're out of ammo? Well, I guess we're gonna have to pick some up next time we go to a store. Yeah, I guess we do use long-range weapons quite a bit. We might actually have to switch to a crossbow. Although I do like having him use the bows, because since he has a composite bow, he can add a strength bonus to his damage, although I think we're doing the best with melee weapons. Look how much damage we do. We just hit it twice and it dies. Alright, so we get a power essence, we get another power essence. I guess we don't even need to mess around shooting arrows at these things. Just walk up and hit it a couple times and it's dead. You know, get this battle done over with. Work our way down this mountain path. And hit it a couple times and it's dead. Now let's go for the other one. Extremely powerful weapon. I like it a lot. Alright. Let's grab these treasure bags. Yeah, with this captain's new weapon, he's pretty much unstoppable now. And down there looks like a world map transition, so we don't have to walk all the way up this mountain. I don't even think we needed to come up this mountain in the first place, but oh well. And here's that red tree that we needed to petition ourselves to Shantia. We would have a word with you, cursed one. Come forward. Let us look upon you. Who are you? A fair question, I suppose. Safiya says, I like to think that everything looks good in red, and I think that tree is no exception. Ironic that he should ask it of us. Quite, but I see no harm in giving him an answer. I am Imsha, and this is Tamlith. Catherine's right. In life, we were Othlor, the pinnacle of our order, but the higher one's rank, the higher their duty. A day came when we realized ours exceeded our own lifetimes. But our prayers were heard, and the gods permitted us to stay as telthors. What do you want? To put a face to a feeling. Your hunger is like a vortex amidst the flow of spiritual energy. We feel its pull from a vast distance, kind of like a black hole. But the thread of that hunger cannot be known without seeing what countenance it wears. Well, here I am. What do you make of me? You have approached your hunger warily. You fear its costs, but unleash it freely in times of need. In this, you are especially dangerous. Your apparent restraint may earn the trust of many, but who could say when you use it when it matters most? I agree, Imsha. To trust them fully would be to invite the hags to tea. A word of advice, cursed one. There are many who would have designs for a being with such destructive power. Most will hide it. Ask yourself, such that remains, what it is that you believe. Not the strangers you meet, not your companions, not your hunger. You. What do you hope to achieve with the time you have left? Have you known other spirit eaters? Only a handful, yet far too many. Always drawn to Rashomon, it seems. Like any beast that catches the scent of fresh prey. Inevitably they follow it to Ashenwood, where the aroma is strongest. Makes them likely to pass this way, either coming or going. What can you tell me about them? Nothing that we wouldn't regret later, I'm sure. Truly, for one who has been so reckless, such knowledge might become your weapon. We dare not risk it. I have other questions for you. What do you wish to know? Have you noticed anything strange going on lately? He must mean aside from a walking incarnation of hunger traveling through our lands, eh, Imsha? No doubt, Tamleth. Although I suppose the bheur would qualify. Ah, yes, the bheur. She certainly would. Bheur? She's a hag. Really an ice hag. Wherever she walks, winter follows in her footsteps. The Hathrans drive her off every year. This year they lost track of her somewhere in these parts, and assumed she'd fled for the mountains. But you're not sure she's gone? The snow she brought, it stayed longer than it should have. Well after the Hathrans left. Normally the Vale is too warm for it. If you should run across her, would you be so kind as to remove her? We would very much appreciate it. I'll keep an eye out. She should be easy to track. We'd do it ourselves, but we can't stray far from the tree. Just look for signs of winter where they don't belong. Alright, farewell, and we will talk to them in the beginning of the next episode, since we are kind of running up on time. Will we be able to petition Shantia successfully? Find out next time. This is Big Los signing off. Thanks for watching, and tenga un buen dia.